So hi guys, so today I am starting the topic genetic testing. So I feel that you all already know about genetic testing, why it is done for patients, why it is to couples, why it is doing in the newborn babies. So basically genetic testing is nothing but the testing of any abnormality or any deletion or alteration in the chromosome sequence, or that is DNA testing also we called as. So let's see what is in the genetic testing. So introduction. Genetic testing is a type of medical test that identifies changes in chromosomes, genes or proteins, that is changes in the DNA sequence or chromosome structure. It is also known as DNA testing. So as we discussed recently, that it actually it identifies the changes in chromosomes, genes or proteins, and we can also, it is called as DNA testing because it also identifies the deletion or alteration in the DNA and chromosome. So genetic testing includes measuring the results of genetic changes as RNA analysis as an output of gene expression, or through biochemical analysis to measure specific protein output. So it measures any genetic changes, how, what is the changes, and the range of that change we can identify by RNA analysis. So by this measuring the changes, we can identify what is the outcome of the gene expression, what is the gene expression, what can be the outcome we can get in a human body. So we can identify by gene testing. So genetic testing, the definition of genetic testing is uh, the analysis of RNA, chromosomes, DNA, proteins and certain metabolites in order to detect heritable diseases, related genotype, mutations, phenotype or karyotypes for clinical purposes. So in genetic testing we analyze the RNA, chromosome, DNA, proteins and certain metabolites to detect any heritable disease related any genotypes or any mutation, phenotype or karyotype for clinical purposes. So uses of genetic testing. So let's see what are the uses. So genetic testing helps to diagnose or rule out suspected genetic disorders. So it is used to diagnose any suspected disorder. Genetic testing done to predict risk and gives information for specific genetic conditions that can be used for medical treatment based on individual genetic makeup. So by genetic testing we can identify the any predictable risk or any type of information for specific genetic conditions, so we can immediately start medical treatment based on that individual genetic makeup. Genetic testing is done to determine biological relatives of child, such as child parentage, that is genetic mother or father, through DNA paternity testing. So in genetic testing we can identify the relatives of child, their parentage, like what is the genetic mother, genetic father, by parental testing. Also genetic testing has been used in field of molecular genetics and genomics, which can identify changes at the level of individual genes, parts of gene or even single nucleotide letters of DNA sequence. So it is also used in the field of molecular genetics and genomics, and which identifies any changes of individual level of genes alteration or any part of gene or even single nucleotide of DNA sequence. So indications for genetic testing. So first is family. So if there is a family history of genetic disorder like inherited disorder, example mental retardation, so we can identify the what what is the gene responsible for the disorder and how can we treat the condition, so it cannot pass to the their children. So that's why we can identify what is the type of genetic mutation or genetic alteration which can we treat properly. Next is delayed growth and development. If there is any genetic disorder or inherited disorder or birth defect, so we can identify why the newborn is not developed properly, the what is the reason behind that delayed growth and development. If any family, if in any family first child is with any type of genetic disorder, so their parents are insecure about their second child, so they test for genetic testing to identify any alteration or any type of disorder in their genetic conditions. So third is reproductive issue. uh, if a woman has any bad experience of abortion or any type of obstetric history, that baby dies after birth, baby, if the baby is died after birth, or if any type of genetic disorder which which has bad history for that woman, so she can also do the uh, genetic testing. So these are some indications of genetic testing. So let's see the top types of genetic testing. Genetic testing is done to detect heritable diseases related to genotype, mutations, phenotype, karyotype by analyzing chromosome, protein, and certain metabolites. So you already see these definition earlier. So the types of genetic testing is divided into two, basically, that is diagnostic testing and non-diagnostic testing. Diagnostic testing are also the subtypes: pre-symptomatic and predictive, carrier, pharmacogenetic, prenatal, newborn screening, pre-implantation, and in non-diagnostic testing, forensic, paternity, genealogical DNA testing, research. So these are some types of genetic testing. So let's see one by one. So predictive and pre-symptomatic, it is diagnostic test. So predictive testing can identify mutations that increases percent chances of developing a disorder with genetic basis, such as certain type of cancer. So it is a test if there is prediction of having any type of disorder like cancer. So we can do this test to identify. For example, if the mutation occur in the BRCA1 gene, which is responsible for prevention of cancer in cervix and breast. So if there is any mutation, so it can lead to breast cancer or cervical cancer. So second is pre-symptomatic testing can determine whether a person will develop a genetic disorder such as hemochromatosis before any sign and symptom appear. If patient has disorder, patient does not have any type of sign and symptoms, but if there is history of that disease, then we can do the pre-symptomatic test to identify the disorder without having any sign and symptoms. Example is hemochromatosis. Second is carrier testing. This type of testing is done for people who have family history of genetic disorders such as sickle cell anemia or cystic fibrosis, to people in ethnic group with an increased risk of specific genetic conditions. This type of testing is done for the people who have genetic disorders such as sickle cell anemia, cystic fibrosis. And this test choose before diagnosing, before having any children to the couple, because if they are the carrier for any disorder or any type of condition, so it can pass to their child. So it is before the birth of that child, before they start planning of the child also. Pharmacogenetics, this type of test is done to determine the influence of genetic variation in drug response. This helps to determine what medicine and what doses would be the safe and most beneficial to patient. So this test is done to identify the influence of any medicine over the genetic variation, because every person has different genes, so that's why the drugs are affecting the genes differently. So according to that, we identify which drug is curable for the genetic disorder, or how can we provide the safest dose or safest dose to the patient, a safe medicine for the disorder. So we can identify by this test. An example, a sample of cancer tissue can be tested for genetic analysis by a specialized lab. After analysis, information retrieval can identify mutation in the tumor, which can use to determine the best treatment option. So by identifying what type of cancer, we can provide the proper treatment. So next is prenatal testing. This test is done in pregnancy to detect. So you know that prenatal means the phase before the uh, baby is come before the delivery. This phase is before from the pregnancy to before the delivery. So this is done in pregnancy to detect any abnormality in fetus genes or chromosomes. As already we know about this genes or chromosome. Down syndrome, um, 18, trisomy of 18 syndrome are two genetic disorders that are often screened for as part of prenatal genetic testing. So this test is done in pregnancy to detect any abnormality in fetus. Example: Down syndrome and trisomy of 18 syndrome are two mostly the genetic disorder which are screened as a part of prenatal genetic testing. So it cannot identify all possible inherited disorder and birth defect, but it identifies some of them. It was done with the amniotic fluid from mother's amniotic sac and was known as amniocentesis. Newer testing called cell-free DNA testing looks at a baby's DNA via blood test done on the mother. So newer testing called cell-free DNA testing, and here we can look the DNA of that baby via the blood test on the mother. Fifth is newborn screening. This is the most common type of genetic testing done after the birth of the baby to identify genetic disorder, which can be treated early in life. A blood sample is collected with the heel prick from the newborn 24 to 48 hours after birth and sent to the lab for analysis. So it is done after the birth. So identify genetic disorder from, and it is the sample is collected from the heel of the with a heel prick from the newborn after the birth of 24 to 48 hours and sent to the lab for analysis of 21 genetic disorder are detected with this test. So about nearly 21 genetic disorders are detected with this test after the birth of that baby. Between the 24 to 48 hours of the birth of baby, and the sample is taken from the heel of that baby. So sixth and last is pre-implantation testing. This type of test is done on human embryo when person attempt to conceive a child through in vitro fertilization. The embryos are screened for genetic abnormalities. Embryos without abnormality are implanted in the uterus in hopes of achieving genetic abnormality-free pregnancy. So in this test, before the implantation of the embryo, we test the any genetic disorder or defect to identify any abnormality of that embryo, to find out that abnormality. If there is any consequence or any abnormality, then it helps to take a decision for proper implantation or conceiving the baby or not. So type of decision taking is helpful for the couple. So it is done before the embryo implantation. So next is non-diagnostic testing. So these are first is forensic testing. So forensic testing uses DNA sequence to identify an individual for legal purpose. Unlike the test described above, forensic testing is not used to detect gene mutations associated with disease. This type of testing identify crime or catastrophic victim, rule out or implicate a crime suspect, or establish biological relationship between people. So this test is not done to identify any type of mutation or any problem in DNA sequences, but it is done for the legal purpose to identify any type of it is mostly to identify crime or catastrophic victim, or to find out the biological relationship between people. Example, paternity test. Next is research testing. It includes finding unknown genes, learning how genes work, and advance our understanding of genetic conditions. The result of testing done as part of research study are usually not available for patients on their healthcare provider. So it is done usually for the learning purpose, how gene work, and advancing our understanding of genetic conditions. So next is genealogical DNA test. This test is used to determine ancestry of genetic genealogy. So it is used to identify or determine ancestry of genetic genealogy. So paternity testing. This test uses special DNA marker to identify the same or similar inheritance pattern between related individuals. So it is used to identify the parents of the child. DNA scientists test individual to find the match of DNA sequence at same highly differential markers to draw the conclusion of relate. So next is sampling techniques for genetic testing. So the sampling, first is blood sampling, second cheek swab, third is amniocentesis, and fourth chorionic villus sampling. So blood sample. So venous blood from the arm is taken as a sample for newborn babies. Screening test, the blood sample is taken by pricking new baby heel. So for adult, it is taken from the arm, that is venous blood, and in the newborn it is taken from the baby's heel. And second is cheek swab. For some test, a swab sample from the inside of the cheek is collected for genetic testing. So here we take the swab from the cheek and use for genetic testing. Third is amniocentesis. In this prenatal genetic test, it is a prenatal genetic test, as we see earlier also. A thin hollow needle is inserted through abdominal wall into the uterus to collect small amount of amniotic fluid for testing. So we take this amniotic fluid from amniotic sac and send it for genetic testing. Fourth is chorionic villus sampling. So for this prenatal genetic test, a tissue sample from the placenta is taken. Depending on situation, the sample may be taken with a tube through the cervix or through abdominal wall and uterus using a thin needle. So we take the tissue from the placenta. It is also depend on the situation. Sample can be taken with a tube or through the cervix or through abdominal wall and uterus using a thin needle. So in this we take the tissue sample of chorionic villus, it is taken either from the cervix or through the abdominal wall and uterus using thin needle. So let's see the benefits of genetic testing. First, prenatal test at early stage help couple to decide whether to continue or terminate the pregnancy. So first is, it is help to take decision that they should continue the pregnancy or terminate. Second, some test results can help the couple to make decision about having children. So some are they test give the result that their children might having any type of disease or any disorder. So that's why it is used to take a proper decision to having children or to adopt the children. Third is neonatal screening can identify genetic disorders so that early treatment can be started to prevent the harmful irreversible effects. So it is also used after the birth to to identify any genetic disorder of neonate, so that the early treatment can be started. If there is bone marrow defect, so bone marrow transformation, such a type of conditions can be handled by nicely before if there is any defect is coming, or it can be to prevent any chronic type of complications. Fourth is early detection of cancer genes enable the carrier to take necessary preventive measures and regular checkups. So it is also help in cancer detection also. If there is any gene that is we seen earlier, that BRCA1, which is responsible for prevention of cancer of cervix and breast. If there is any mutation, so the person can identify the mutations and take proper preventive measures for and regular checkups to prevent the condition of cancer. So risk and limitations of genetic testing. First is the physical risk, second emotional or social, financial consequence, third is limited information, fourth is lack of treatment strategies. First is physical risk. Physical risk means if physical risk, it means that you know the we already learned about the amniocentesis, the procedure where we take the amniotic fluid from the insertion of needle to the amniotic sac. If it is a small procedure or a big procedure, it is doesn't affect, but it can be lead to the abortion or any damage to that fetus. So it is the physical risk of having the abnormal condition because of the procedure. So it has risk, that is physical risk. Emotional, social or financial consequences. We know that if there is any test we did for that test, we need our emotions get attached to that test, because the result is, it can be positive, it can be negative. If there is positive result, so how we can manage the disorder, how we can handle that condition. There is family consequences also, and how financial consequences also, how the economy is not good for everyone, so how it can be managed by the family. So these are some of the emotional, financial, and in social, what other people think about that. So these are some consequences can be occur. Limited information. Sometimes the test is not giving us the proper result. Because of that, there is it is also the limitation of this genetic testing. Fourth is lack of treatment strategies. So there are lots of disorders or abnormality find out by this test, but for that disorder, the treatment strategy is not find out. So this is also a limitation of this genetic testing. So without the treatment, so it is difficult to manage that disorder. Third is, so next is interpretation of result. So there are three types of results: positive, negative, or conclusive. Positive result of genetic test means genetic change that was being tested for was detected. So first is positive, where the genetic mutation or abnormality or genetic test can be detected. Next is negative, that is genetic defect is not detected or mutation is not detected. And third is inconclusive. Sometimes genetic test may not have helpful information, so that's why it is also a limitations, that is it doesn't provide proper information or limited information. So these are the results. So lastly, thank you for listening my video. Thanks. If you have any question, then you can write in the comment. Thank you guys.